Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
And you out for those that don't know.
This is Master Ace. You are now rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio. Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't know, butt strange music, dude.
Check it out. Breaking Records Radio and the place to be. You know what it is. Your host Maloney, and we got a very, very special guest, friend of Toronto Talks, but a friend of mine as well, here with us right now, the homie Riyality.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for coming through, brother. How you been?
I'm good, man. Just been busy.
I always tell people this is the worst part of the interview because you have to sit here and act like you weren't just talking to the person for 30 minutes. You know, it's like, oh, yay, long time no see.
I was just thinking that, but shout out to everybody listening right now, for real.
Hey, word up, man. So we'll just drop right into the shits. You know what I'm saying? You got some new music out. You just dropped a new EP, From the Ashes.
Yeah, man.
So Riyality is the Phoenix.
Riyality is the Phoenix from the Ashes. The reason I called it that is because like I really haven't dropped music in like 2 years, and when I was doing that, it was just like random singles and videos and not really a cohesive project. So.
Yeah.
And then like I was working with people that I don't work with anymore, and I kind of just started on my own with my brother Young Stitch, and yeah, it was kind of like a whole rebirth and rebuilding whole thing, so it suited it.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, and I was curious too, like, because I know you and Stitch roll deep together. You guys are super tight. Like, how did you told me this prior to the show, so once again, this is always the worst part of the show, but I was going to ask you anyways. But so how did you and Stitch click up originally to even start doing this music shit?
Even before that, though, we both grew up in Pickering in the GTA.
Okay.
And then we're a year apart. I'm a year older, a grade older, like 3 months older. And he went to the Catholic school. I went to the public school.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and I didn't know Stitch back then, like at all. Like I wasn't even into hip hop really like that, like where I knew rappers and stuff. And so like I went through high school. Towards the end of it, like I started hearing like, oh, there's this kid from St. Mary's, whatever, Stitch, whatever, rapping, he's crazy, whatever. But I didn't care really. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't into rap. I didn't think I was gonna be a rapper. I didn't.
It just meant nothing to you.
It meant
really.
nothing to me.
Yeah.
So then I went to like college, like 2 years later, and I was just bored there, and I saw this like notice for DJ wanted. So I'm like, oh, that could be cool. And then like at that point, I was writing poetry. So so in between high school and college, I'd started writing.
Yeah.
Not recording anything, but just getting into it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like the best way can I swear on this or no?
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay, fucking right. And then and then like I was like, okay, the best way for me to meet other rappers is by me giving them a platform to speak on, because at that time it was like 2008, 2009.
Facts.
I was like, there's really no. It wasn't like it is now where anyone can just start a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'll have some power. I'll meet people, and then I'll be able to network. So through that, I met him like 6 months into doing it, had him on the show, and then I started recording with him in Explicit.
Oh, say word.
Like paying them to go record.
Oh, okay, so that's how it started.
Yeah,
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Some of the tightest people I'm with, that's how it started. That like people that I just like produce for now, it started with them buying beats off me. You know what I mean?
That's
and then
how it
over
goes.
time, you just develop such a dope friendship with them. You're like, I can't charge you now.
You record how it went was like I would record there, and then I'd have like a dope song, and then there'd be an empty verse, and like once in a while someone would be like, oh, I'll hop in that.
Yeah.
So just on some like, fuck it, like we're drinking, let's
Yeah.
hop on it. And then that time I was paying $10 a track for a full track. $10.
Yeah, so that's crazy, man. That's super cool though that you kind of got introduced to him through doing media and shit for once.
Yeah, I was doing music, and then like Central Soldiers was the thing. That was Stitch's old rap group.
Yeah.
And a bunch of guys, and it made sense.
So you're actually a part of Central Soldiers as well,
Yeah,
too.
bro. Like I'm not an OG member, but I'm an OGG member. Like I was there from like 2010 to like last year.
Word, dope, man.
Or maybe not last year, 2017 or 16, whenever we went to Hip Chat.
Yeah. And then so as well, like when you were doing media, like who were some of your favorite artists you ever had a chance to interview?
To interview, for sure, the Hilltop Hoods, because
that's fucking sick.
Those guys, like,
I'm jealous of that.
I'm surprised. I'm glad that you know who they are, but no one knows who they are.
No, they're mad dope.
Yeah, Australian hip hop's what like inspired me, because at that time, I couldn't really like Lil Wayne was popping, Drake was just coming out, so it was that era of hip hop, which I didn't really relate to.
Yeah, same.
But Australia, for some reason, I found them on YouTube somehow, and for some reason they made the kind of hip hop.
The Nosebleed section.
Nosebleed section was the first song I heard by them.
Same.
Yeah.
With the fucking dude doing the BMX in the video and shit.
Yeah, the YouTube video on the tennis court.
Yeah.
And then so that was crazy. Well, the day after I got kicked off my radio show, I got an email from them because I emailed them a year previous saying, "Hey, we'll do the interview, or we're at Lee's Palace. Come at this time. Call this number." So I was like, "Shit!" Like then I was like, even if I had my radio show, I couldn't do the interview.
Yeah.
So I just gave my boy like a camera. It wasn't nowhere near like the DSLRs. It was like a little handheld, whatever, 2010 or whatever. And we just did it. And then from there, I was like, "Oh, this is dope. I'm meeting dope people, doing dope things that are hip hop related." And I just kept going.
That's fucking dope, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I still have. You can still search it. I'll
yeah, man. Send me the links.
Yeah,
definitely, man. That's fucking cool, man. That's super cool.
Yeah,
I love meeting other people who do media. You know what I mean? And I just think a lot of artists don't appreciate media.
Yeah, because you can just take your own phone, film yourself however you want.
That's true, right?
And not risk saying something dumb because you can just delete it.
Yeah, like Drake's dad.
Yeah, but who even knows what that is? Like, I don't know. That's
I don't know. To me, people are blowing that out of proportion. Yeah. It is what it is.
Or it could be a weird marketing scheme. Who knows? Maybe
you never know,
track
man.
Together or something. I don't know. That's what I would do if I was them.
Oh man, Family Matters.
Yeah, there you go.
The EP.
Shit.
Dennis and Aubrey.
We're giving them all the good ideas right
Dennis and Aubrey. There we go. That's the EP name right there.
That would be the power move right now.
Dennis and Aubrey.
Yeah.
But so let's move on to the actual music though. Okay. So From the Ashes is the EP you just put out. One thing I was curious about, who were the producers that you enlisted for this?
Okay, so there's only 2 producers, originally only 1.
Yeah.
And there's 5 tracks on it, and 4 of the tracks are produced by one guy.
Yeah, okay. So because they sounded very cohesive. That's actually why I was curious.
Yeah, so it's this kid from North Bay I've never even heard of. His name's Alja. So shout out to Alja. I've never met him, but we talk all the time. And he was working with Stitch.
Yeah.
Because Stitch is from Kirkland Lake, so we have like a big following up in northern Ontario. And he gave Stitch a bunch of beats, and then Stitch kind of like passed them on to me, and me and Al just still hadn't spoke at that time. And then made one song, he was cool with it, and then I just used them all.
Word.
It gave me that sound of what the whole album is.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to meet him. Shout out Alja, man. You helped make that project.
You might just from a producer to another producer.
Yeah.
Just throw his name in the video description, bro.
Okay. I will. My bad, Alja.
I find that happens a lot nowadays. People artists
sure.
don't even credit the producer in the video description, because I'm a producer, so I'm always curious. I'm like, oh, who did the beat? Then I look, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
it's not there.
It's on the website though, and on the CD cover, and all the artwork and all that.
Everywhere official.
Yeah, everywhere official. So, but my bad. I'll put it in the description.
No, that's dope, man. The beats were super dope, so that's why I was curious. And you just put out the Securing the Bag video as well.
Yeah.
Then who'd you have to do that video? Is Prince?
Shot by Prince.
Yeah.
Prince. I met him. Funny enough, last time I saw you, because that day at the Junk show.
Oh, because he did the Junk and Stitch video?
Yeah. So I met him that day.
Yeah.
So
dope, eh?
I liked what he did, and then he was reasonable and he's cool. So
no, video came out really clean. I liked it.
Yeah,
and for something very like simple, like you guys just did one location, right?
One location, bro. Just
one location, 2 models, 2 whips with lights under them, and
that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. But it looked dope.
It looked fucking dope.
He had the good After Effects and all that with all the flames and all that.
Yeah. So. Were the sparks real, or were they in effect?
That was in effect.
Oh, okay. Because when I first seen the sparks, I'm like, oh shit, like that looked real.
Yeah,
I was like, did they have like a fucking like cement fucking saw or something going on in front of them? Like,
it looked like it. But no. Shout out to Shot by Prince. See Prince, man, hit him up.
Yeah, and people could check that video out. We'll get into that song after the interview, but
Sure.
Yeah, Securing the Bag. The video's out on YouTube, and that's Riyality. So check that out. You got the homie Young Stitch in the video, of course, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And but one thing I noticed about that joint, it's your only solo joint on the EP.
Yeah.
So is there a reason why like every other song was so feature heavy? Like,
well, a lot of it's Stitch, and a lot of the reason that is because he executively produced the album.
Yeah.
So he was one kind of like. Because I always made songs, like I've been recording songs forever, but he had the experience with it. He has the know-how, the connects, and if your best friend and the guy you rap with is Young Stitch, who's doing what he's doing right now, it kind of just made sense.
Yeah.
And we perform together all the time too. So
Exactly.
It just
So it gives you guys more material to perform as well.
Yeah, and it's an EP. Like I'll have an album coming too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It'll be more this of just me, but yeah, it just made sense.
And did you find it important then to start the EP with Securing the Bag, being as it was the solo joint on there
The
then?
first song was Can't Get Enough, which had Stitch and my other boy Subconscious, who's also...
That's the first joint on the EP?
No, that's the first song I made.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Securing the Bag...
Yeah, I meant in order-wise. You find it was important to make that the
Yeah.
first song on the project because
just so you turn it on, because usually when I looked at other people's stuff, song 1 always had the most plays.
Yeah.
So if I want to introduce myself, it should definitely just be me.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like what you did with the joint too, how like the first half of both verses was the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
you switch it up after. I like that. I like when people play around kind of with the format a bit.
Yeah, man. Like I've been doing just like crazy reality bars is what I call it, where I put out like videos on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and where I just kill like beats, being as lyrical as possible.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, still be lyrical, but like make some repetitive shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what people seem to like. So
Yeah. No, 100%. It's like fucking Shimmy Ya by ODB. It's like the fucking first 2 verses.
Yeah.
There's only 2 verses, and then they're the exact fucking
I
same.
think so.
Yeah. But I always think it's cool when people do that. Just do something different. I like how you had the second half of the verses.
It's the same,
were
but do
different.
something. It's different.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And you had Philly Regs on the joint Problems.
That was funny because that's actually weird because next to me is a good friend of mine. I won't say her name in case she's shy, but so that day I was at the studio and I was going to a Blink-182 concert by myself with an extra VIP ticket.
Yeah.
And she was there, but we worked together.
Yep.
And we never, really talked. And that day, I remember I recorded my verses for that song Problems. And as I'm leaving, it was one of the first Lunchroom Poets sessions where they all were coming.
Oh,
to
really?
for the first time.
Okay.
And I felt so bad because I had to leave. And then I was leaving, and then Philly came in the door. And I was like, oh, shoot, because I've seen him like on Facebook and whatever.
Yeah.
And we've talked. And then we met each other like briefly. And I guess my song was still playing. And then he kind of hit me up right before I left. And he was like, yo, is it cool if I try dropping something on this? I'm like, yeah. I didn't really think of anything. Went to the concert and ended up like hanging out with her and like, and then came back the next day. And then like he had laced this crazy hook on my
That hook is nuts.
I know, and I was like, Jesus, yeah, that's one of my favorite songs off the whole tape.
No, actually, I would say that might be my favorite song on the tape. To be honest,
It's the only
with you.
personal,
I liked it.
the only personal song.
Yeah, I really liked it, and that hook he did was phenomenal. Like, I was like, oh shit. I was like, is that Philly on the hook? Like,
yeah, and he must have wrote it like in 2 seconds. Like,
yeah, because he had it done by the time.
It was the first Lunchroom Poets session. They were all just getting there, so I'm sure they weren't spending 2 hours on my stuff when I'm not even there.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, right?
So just those things happen in music sometimes.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
It's dope how it all came together like that, man. Yeah, man. I like the EP overall. What do you got any more music videos that'll be coming up off of it?
Yeah, like yes and no. I'll probably film definitely for Can't Get Enough.
Yeah.
But music videos aren't really a priority for me right now because I wanted one that represented what I am now.
Yeah.
But at the stage I'm at, it's like I don't have a poppin' YouTube channel, so I'm not going to get into the algorithms.
Yeah.
The only way I'll get a popping video really right now is if a famous channel where I pay somebody to upload it. So now money makes more sense for me in just marketing and getting my music out there.
Yeah.
More than a visual. So, because when your music's out there, then you upload a video, everyone already knows you and they'll click it.
Yeah.
But how many times have you seen a random rapper's rap video on suggested videos and not click it?
Yeah, you know what? That's actually, you make a good point because I come from, the era of like, I don't know how old you are. I'm 29, right?
I'm 29 too. 89,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah, 89, baby. Hey.
When's your birthday? It's
October.
Late. Ooh, you're coming up. I'm December.
I'm OVO, baby.
Oh. Okay. Hey, it is what it is.
I'm a moist owlet.
October's very Malone.
That's what we call the
October's
Drake
very
fans.
Malone.
We call the Drake fans the moist owlets.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm an OVO baby.
Yeah.
Maybe me and my dad can get in a public feud this month.
Maybe.
No,
Hopefully
but nah, that actually just took me completely off point. Oh, you gotta move that bottle, brother.
Oh shoot.
That's cool. That works out. Cause
At least it's a water bottle. It could
I
have been worse.
had a brain fart anyway, so that would be a good little piece to clip out. Yeah, fuck it. I was on a wave of where I was going next, and then I threw myself
All
off
good,
once we
all
started
good, all
talking
good.
about October and shit. Oh, 80s, yeah. I'm from the era where YouTube was like the Wild Wild West, though. You know what I mean? So it was like you just threw videos out with the hopes to like catch and stuff. Like it, the music thing almost was like secondary. Like YouTube was like the first thing you had to get popping. And now in today's age, it's not that way though. Like
yeah, like I remember
YouTube's almost like the
I remember
the
when
back end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I remember when Mac Miller's video came out. That was the first like real viral, not signed artist or whatever it was at the time when Mac Miller's Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza came out. That was the first time I can remember seeing just like a rapper that wasn't on the radio have a sick music video.
Yeah, yeah, like an
was like a
actually
street
like
video
well put
almost.
together. Yeah, but like I mean, you might be right. There was a lot of the thing I found early YouTube, a lot of underground hip hop was popping.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean? It wasn't so much like, you know, you had like the Soulja Boy and shit, but there was a lot of space for like, you know, like everything from like Jedi Mind type of rap to like Master Ace type, like, you know, the
Did
old
they
school
have
artists and
videos,
stuff.
though? I don't remember.
Yeah, they all had like some video.
Back then? I don't know, man.
Yeah, maybe not.
I think they're more video heavy now.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right.
I remember listening to. I love Jedi Mind, but I remember all those videos were like lyric videos on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right.
Like even Ari the Rugged Man when he made that Uncommon Valor verse.
That was years
that
after.
video, way after.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like YouTube used to be like, I remember dudes like Slaughter Rico like being viral and shit. You know, like dudes just spitting straight bars. And you know, like it's just like there's a lot of like, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of like viral hip hop content before, but now that you say that, you're kind of right actually.
Yeah, man. So much shit came. Well, and then so much shit came. Like Team Backpack ciphers came, and then
It's almost
King of the
oversaturation
Dot
of it,
came.
but
Well, yeah,
and algorithms. Algorithms are the biggest thing that fucked it all up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they want stuff to be sponsored and funded and paid for, and
You gotta pay. You
Yeah.
gotta pay to play.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's like
What is the best avenue of paying to play in your opinion? Would it be sponsoring ads on Instagram, Facebook? Would it be
you definitely have
paying
to,
to
do that.
play at a big show, or would it be paying to get
Depends.
spot playlist placements?
I've done it all, but definitely you should have social media ads for sure, like Facebook, Instagram, and
Yeah.
I haven't messed with the YouTube ones yet, but I'm still learning. But I'm going to do that probably.
Yeah.
Just because, man, like that's even if you have 5,000 friends or 5,000 followers, when you post, it's not going to every single one. So you're not only are you not getting new people, you're not reaching
your
own
immediate
fans.
audience.
You're not getting your own fans without paying, and it's just part of the game.
That's the ridiculous shit about it, man. And then foreign links are less likely to be seen, and like. I
Yeah.
miss the Wild Wild West internet,
Me
bro,
too,
where
me too.
everything went and everything was just, you know, the algorithm was just what was hot and was just, you
And
know
the
what I
time you
mean?
posted and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and just
But,
things got moving that way.
But
Like,
that's only one part of it. You also got to go there, do shows. You got to meet people. 'Cause
Yeah.
You never know, like the stuff I was talking about earlier with that producer. I just went and did a show I didn't really want to do on a Sunday night, and it turned into working with a multi-platinum producer. So
Yeah.
like, you know, that, and then paying to play, same thing is okay. If you pay to play the show, what's the environment going to be like? Where are you
that's the
gonna get-
important thing.
are you
Is
gonna
it
get to
worth
chop
the
it up with
investment?
the main artist, or is he going to be in his own room and you're going to be wherever? So you gotta.
And does your brand match his brand? You know what I mean? I always find that like Stomp Down Killers artists,
Yeah.
they're good artists to open for, even if you gotta sell tickets to get on the spot, because depending the type of hip hop you do, right? But like the type of shit I do, it's right in that pocket.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's lyrical shit. It's like very 90s kind of flavored. It's not too new school, you know what I mean? But it's still
Yeah.
got enough of a flair of new school. And it's like you got a good merch game and you go to those shows. Their fans love buying merch.
Bro.
They're support. You know what I mean? Like I've seen artists become considered Stomp Down Killers, and we won't name names, but that aren't.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But just because they've done enough shows with them.
I did a show with Stitch brought me with them for it, but it was the Mercury show at the
Yeah.
Pod Club, which was crazy.
Insane,
I
right?
I couldn't believe the amount of people there, and yeah, that was crazy. That's where I first performed "Can't Get Enough."
Say word.
Yeah.
Hey.
That show, that was crazy. It was crazy.
It all comes full circle.
Shout out
eh?
to those guys, man. Those guys are killing it. They keep the dream alive.
Yeah, man. No, they're honestly, and it's inspiring. Like to see, like Snack was the dude, and now like Merc's the dude.
Yeah.
And they all got their own. Like it's like it used to be like you were an SDK fan. Now it's like they all kind of have their individual fan bases.
Bro.
A lot more. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's crazy,
Yeah, it's
And-
huge.
and it's so different than the Toronto scene.
Oh yeah.
So different.
Out west apparently has a very, very supportive scene from what I hear.
Even here, though, they sell shows here all over Northern Ontario.
Well, yeah.
But I don't. It's not this. It's different in Toronto. I feel like coming up in Toronto.
It
I
is.
could be wrong, but like.
No, you're completely right.
Like it's more like I don't know. Like you have to be with a certain group of people or in a certain lane to get, for the most part, the big stuff here. So.
Yeah,
Which
it's all
makes
about who
sense, I
you
guess.
know.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not about how long your dick is. It's about whose dick you're willing to suck.
Yeah, yes and no, but yeah, you gotta have the right connections by doing the right things. But,
Exactly, that's it, man.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. But so before we do wrap up the interview, too, I want to know what can we expect from Riyality coming in the near future?
The Halloween weekend or whatever, we're doing a Northern Ontario tour, me and Stitch.
Hey,
We're gonna do North Bay. We're gonna do Timmins, I think Huntsville and Sudbury.
okay.
So yeah, it'll be jam packed. Looking forward to that. Then probably a couple more. I might do videos for every track on the EP. There's only 5, just to kill some time. Then I'm working on a project with a producer. I can't really say it right now on there.
Okay.
But it's a multi-platinum producer, and it kind of makes sense for who I am and like where I'm from. Adopted from India. That's the only hint I can give.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's in the works. I don't know what'll happen. Then I'm working on an album for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. And in the meantime, you'll be pushing From the Ashes.
Yeah, I'm doing good. From the Ashes is just. Cracked 4,000 monthly listeners today.
Yeah?
And that's only been a month, and it's my first Spotify release.
Yeah,
so
that's dope, man. That's really dope.
So, like, hopefully, like, those algorithmic playlists kick in. I heard it takes 8 weeks. We're coming up on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
I've been trying to do my research, and then I'm trending well. So I want to keep dropping stuff. So it'll most likely just be singles, and that'll push. But that'll all go onto an album.
Yeah.
So you'll get stuff on the album that you've heard before, but for the majority, new stuff. So.
Yeah. No, that's the exact mode I relate to you there. That's the exact mode I'm on right now. I'm releasing singles for at least the next year.
Yeah.
I already got the next 2 planned. Videos already been planned.
Sick.
Proper execution with it all.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, you'll get an album.
It makes sense, man.
Yeah.
Like, attention spans are short.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks, man, because I'm an album dude, just like, the next hip hopper. I love albums, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people just don't listen to them anymore. So the only way to really get the material out there, if you feel like it's that good of material, is you're better off dropping it as singles. Once people like enough of the material, you put an album together of it. And I kind of have the album planned already, so it's cohesive, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
that's the proper rollout nowadays, or like just dropping an album as a up-and-coming artist.
My EP, I've been doing this for 10 years, putting out music for 10 years, whether it's on like Facebook or wherever, 10 years. And this little EP that's 17 minutes long did more for me than anything I've ever done the past year.
Yeah.
So what does that say? 17 minutes, you can drive to work and hear my whole thing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep playing, putting music out, keep listening, and keep supporting, man. Securing the Bag music video out. Please run that up on YouTube.
100%.
It's tough for me. It's my only video on my freaking YouTube channel. So
yeah, but you know what? You're in a good position then as well too, because you're just starting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fresh.
You're just starting the channel, all that. It's all fresh. It's clean. You know what I mean? Now it's just sky's the limit from here.
For sure, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better than having But yeah, no, I understand how it comes on the other side of that. Like back in the days, in the early days of YouTube, we had a lot of pop and freestyle videos. You know what I mean? Like they'd get like anywhere from like average from like 1 to 2 to 3,000 to 5,000 to like even a couple had them like 15,000 and shit. You know what I mean?
That's it.
One had like 30, but like, you know what I mean? Like, so back in those days, like, yeah, we're like, yeah, we got these numbers. You know what I mean? And you get humbled out over the years as things change.
Things go down.
You know what I mean?
Man,
you get humbled very,
Bro,
very, very.
I remember one of like the first good tracks I put out. I uploaded on Facebook, and it was just like a picture and like the track.
Yeah.
And I tagged all my friends in it, like, and you could tag 50 people, and it didn't bother people because no one was doing that yet.
Yeah.
And I was getting like so many thousands of views, and I was like, yeah, I'm the shit, man. Like everyone knows my music. I go to the bars, motherfuckers like know me and are like, oh, that song. But now it's just like, yeah, it's like I put out like a video and I get like 1,000 views in a day. I'm like, yes.
You're happy with that,
Yes.
Yeah. It's very humbling.
So,
it's very humbling.
Yeah. But Spotify is what you got to get good at, man. That's that's a tool that we should all be using.
That's the tastemaker, right?
And don't be buying no fake shit either. I was researching that shit too. A lot of y'all do that. So
that shit's whack.
There's other ways to do it, man. Like you can make friends with curators. You can like
there's curators who literally you can pay to be on their playlist.
You can do that too. Yes, for sure.
As long as your content's good enough.
That works, yeah. But the best thing to do and the best chances for free is to upload your stuff. Upload your stuff early.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I just don't want that.
I just learned this, so I'm trying to share this with whoever's listening.
So go back to upload your stuff.
So when you're uploading your stuff on Spotify and you use like DistroKid, and I made this mistake with From the Ashes. I didn't do it. But you got to upload it way before you plan to release it. It was my first release, so I didn't know. And then when you have that, you can submit it to curators. So like for Rap Caviar or an actual official Spotify playlist. And when you release it a month before or give a pre-release, they have time to actually listen to it. And there's a good chance one of your songs could end up on one of these massive playlists that'll then seep into other playlists, and that's how people get big.
Oh,
So,
shit,
yeah,
eh? Okay.
So all you artists got to do your research.
That's
a bit.
free game right
Yeah,
there.
Free game,
That's
man.
free game right there.
Yeah, dude, and like it actually works. Like so yeah.
So artists, send your receipts to Riyality. You know what I mean?
Just shout me out when you get to a point where you can shout me out, and it helps me.
Hey, exactly right. So I got one question that we do ask every artist too,
Sure.
as well at the end of their interviews. But so you're familiar with the game Mortal Kombat?
Of course.
All right. So if your lyrical style could be transformed into any finishing move, like of your choice, like you make it up, not like one of the ones in the game.
Oh.
But if your lyrical style could be transformed to any Mortal Kombat finishing move, what would you do to your opponent?
Honestly, man, I relate to the Liu Kang one where I just like turn into a dragon and just like breathe fire.
You just breathe fire on them?
Incinerate my enemies.
You come from the ashes,
I
then
come
blow
from
them to
I didn't mean
ashes?
it like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
My lasting mark, I just want to incinerate my enemies and destroy them, and then bring peace to a new world order.
Okay, word up, my man. We'll let the people know how they can follow you online and all that good stuff.
Okay, on Instagram, I'm official Riyality, and like you spelled it before, which I appreciate. Riyality is spelled Riyality.
Hey.
Or on Facebook, Riyality or Riyad Ali, or yeah. Yeah.
And the Spotify would be the same,
Same thing,
everywhere.
yeah.
Everywhere you want to follow them. And
Oh,
go
actually, I
run up.
have a new website up.
Hey, yeah, I was just
dropped a
checking
new
it today.
website. Yeah. It's realitymusic.com, and that has a link to everything. So I don't got to drop a million things anymore. Reality Music, Riyality, music.
I don't know how I dropped that ball either. I literally was just on that site when you guys walked in.
Yeah, I saw it. Yo, that's lit.
Yes, realitymusic.com.
Yeah, it has everything. Twitter.
There you go.
Whatever, man.
That's the one-stop shop for you.